Hello and welcome to Scots United, where I, Scott, and my team of Scots, who are also me, bring you the latest in movies, television, and popular culture. So, I really wanted to get 2 movies in this show this week, and I didn't quite make it. I want to see Joker. They say that Joaquin Phoenix's performance is going to be in the Oscar race, so that's always going to grab me. But then the director keeps blah blah blahing, and he just seems like a jackass, and I don't know what I think. The reviews are mixed. I'll get to it, I guess, but I didn't get to it yet. However, we did get to see one movie, so let's go to that. Hey, Scott. So, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about Judy Garland. Gay. So, Dad and I went to see Judy, starring Renee Zellweger. And honestly, it's what you expect it to be. It's what all the critics are saying. So, good? This time of year, we get those movies where it's just sort of like a vehicle for a star performance. And this really is that. It's a vehicle for Renee Zellweger. And again, what they're saying is accurate. It's not as if she's trying to impersonate Judy Garland. She's inhabiting her. She is paying homage to her. It's a tribute. So you get moments that just it's Judy, and then there's moments where it's Renee, and that's okay. That's okay. That's not a bad thing. She does her own singing, which I think is smart. I think if it wasn't, it would be different. But it's emotive. It's raw. It's is the movie going to be the best picture of the year? No. It's a little long. It's a little stodgy timing-wise, pacing-wise. So what surprised you? They do use flashbacks of Judy Garland in Wizard of Oz age to kind of demonstrate some of the real awful, positions she was put through and how she was treated. I mean, certainly you get that clear picture that she was just chewed up and spit out by Hollywood. And that comes across. And that's a strong theme to the movie. Well, the studio system was a misogynistic nightmare, so there's no denying this performance. It is worth your time, and Renee is going to be there. Will she win? Too early to say. People were saying Lady Gaga was going to win the Oscar this time of the year. I think this a year ago, right? So we can't say for sure, but is she a nominee? Yes. Is she a strong contender? Certainly, because Lord knows the Academy loves a biopic. Look at the winners lately, and so she's right there. But does it feel like a grab for awards? Does it feel cheap? No, I think it was a genuine effort. It's a loving tribute. And certainly it does pay tribute to Judy Garland's gay fans in a very intimate, sweet, touching way that, again, rang very true. Because, hey, everyone knows gay fans are the best fans. They stick around. They stay with you. And that is something that's part of this as well, which I appreciated, of course. Now, it's that time of year. Halloween is fast approaching. And you might be thinking about, let me watch some old favorite, Halloween movie, scary movie. Or maybe you're looking to jump into something like, oh, I've heard of this, never seen it. So maybe we'll cover a few of these as we move up towards Halloween. This weekend, I watched one, and it is called Creepshow 2. Now, Creepshow, if you don't know, there were 2 movies made, and they were sort of made in the heyday of everything Stephen King writes is perfect and ripe for adaptation into film, which is obviously not true, as we know, but at the time they were trying it. So Creepshow was a few of his short stories, they made them into this movie. And then they decided clearly to make a second one, and in my mind the second one was good from watching it, I guess, as a kid, but watching it now, it's really? There apparently were supposed to be 5 vignettes. They end up only making 3. The first one is slow as molasses. It's about a pardon the phrase, but a drugstore in Indian that comes to life and is a spirit of vengeance, and it moves so slowly. Although it does star a young Holt McCallany, who is the older investigator in Mindhunter. So, hey, who knew that? I don't think he's Native American, though. But nonetheless, back then they didn't really care about such things. The second vignette is the one that I remembered being good. And it was about these four, like, college-age kids. They go to this lake, and they swim out to this raft. And there's this, like, weird oil slick thing that, like, is sentient, and it goes after them, and it grabs one after the other and kills them. And I remember that being scary and kind of titillating because there's this, like, beefy guy wearing a yellow Speedo. And that's, I think, I think that was burned into my memory, frankly. And it was still fun. That one's still fun. Some wooden acting, but fun. And then the third one's like a hit and run thing where the hit and run victim's never dead and he keeps being more gross and gnarly and like holding onto the car, and the woman thinks she's imagining things and then he ends up killing her. Again, like, not great. Like, silly, essentially. So, and then there's some little like stupid animated crap and whatever around the vignettes, but like weak. Like Tales from the Crypt, but weak. So, if you are like looking through the old favorites, looking for something interesting to watch, Creepshow 2, I would skip, or just watch The Raft for the guy in the Speedo, and there's some boobage. They had to put some mild nudity, I guess, to make it worth people's rated R rating back then in the 80s. So, that's it for this week. We'll be back again next week. Yes, Halloween costume plans are afoot, but for now they shall remain a secret.